Hi, I'm Graham Bullock from Learning Alias. I'd like to show you how to build the screens. So if I show you how to build the windscreen, the same applies for the rear screen. Now this roof surface has been perfectly built by a student, and we just need to well, we could slide it in or we could leave it there, but eventually it will have to be trimmed at this point. You can either trim it or you can slide it in and adjust the CVs with slides so that you get a true edge. Check it with the curvature tool, and you can build your cant rail, that's this surface here, to that, and the roof should never come beyond this point, and the same goes for the windscreen. So what I've done is I've selected the mesh and I've put on the curvature evaluation shader, and that shows us where we can build the windscreen. We don't want to get involved in this blend or that one, okay, because we won't get a surface close to the mesh if we do that. So what we're going to do then is we've selected that, and we come down here and you see I've made the mesh coloring shader very transparent. Okay, now come to your surface toolbox and you want to take this tool here, which is surface from mesh, and select paintbrush, and a radius of 25 is okay for the moment, and degrees 3x3. So and start painting on there and select all the area. Don't select anything that's involved in a radius. In other words, don't go beyond the tangent point. So there we go. Okay, and we could, I think we'll go for that, and then come down here and hit build, and it builds a surface for us. Now we can move that point to where we want it to be, and the rest of the surface looks okay to me at the moment. So then we need to hit update, and let's have a look at our if we come here, we can check the deviation, and we see that the furthest point from the mesh, between the mesh and the surface, is 0.1 of a millimeter. So that's very, very good. I can kill that now, and I'm going to just pick nothing and pick the surface. Controls on, and there's our surface. So let's go down here to transform CV, and we're going to pick individual CV, slide, and 5, and then just I'm going to turn off the, well no, I'll slide these CVs first. So it's just asking us if we want to kill the history, which we have to do, and I don't want to move it far, because if we move it too far then we'll mess up the surface tolerance. Straighten that out a bit. Okay, we have to do this is individual CVs, so I'm just going to move that hull down a bit, and yeah, okay, let's do a let's kill our shaders now, and what we do is we go down here to evaluation, evaluate, and we'll pick the deviation map, which is hiding behind there. So let's try again. There it is. Open that up, and it's set to 0.3. So let's have a look at how that surface is looking now. So hit spacebar both times there. You see we've got a very nice surface. So let's align it to this surface. So we need G2 alignment, and we want to edge and partial, because we don't want it to align right the way across that apexless surface there. So let's select the surface we've just built and select the roof, and there we are. We've got you see, by sliding these around we can affect our mesh fit. Okay, so a bit tricky. It's very sensitive. That's it, and accept. Okay, so that is alright for the moment, and I'm just wondering if I've got enough CVs. I think I probably have, and now what I want to do is align these CVs to the edge. So I think I will slide this using extend to match the surface built by my student. So if I click that and I go Control out, I can snap it to the edge of the roof, and then I can swing it round. So now it's not on the mesh anymore, because it's over the C-pillar blend. Okay, and we're going to go into the top view now. I'm going to bring up CV, slide, and 5, and I want to put, and I need the grid on, and I want to put one point right on the grid. So let's do that. Okay, I've used move CV to select these three CVs here that are deviant. I've got this CV smack bang on the center line, y equals 0. So what I'm going to do now is push Control and right mouse button, and you'll see that everything snaps into plumb on the y equals 0. This discoloration is just because the mesh is this ragged at that edge, so it's not important. Okay, let's evaluate a bit further our model. So I'm going to go into perspective again, turn the shader off, and we'll turn on the zebra stripes with 50% transparency, and just check that our highlights are good. And you see that at the top half of the model here, the highlights on the surfaces match exactly to the mesh, but as we come down to the bottom, that isn't really the case anymore, and that is because this surface is too close to the transition. So, and I want slide, and I'm going to go for 5. I'm going to select that there. That selects the whole hull, and pick that arrow there. Go into F6 and just make sure you've got enough material in your screen to do the trimming. Okay, deviation map, sorry, and set it at 0.3. Pick the surface first, hit spacebar, pick the mesh, and you can see we're all right. We're within 0.3, apart from 1 point. So let's do something about that. So we want NUV, single, and 200. Nice fine setting. Don't forget we're near the edge of the mesh. So if you see that blue arrow, means it's going to be moving vertically away from the surface, and that is it, I would say. We could just tweak those two there to get a better mesh fit. That's it. That's as close as we need to be. Just to finish off, what I've done is query edited the surface to bring back the alignment tool, and I've increased this to degree 5, and as you can see the roof and the windscreen look very nice. So that's the end of this tutorial. If you can make the front screen, then you apply exactly the same system for making the rear screen. I hope that you found it informative, and see you in the next video.